So what if Beverly Hills Cop was a straight-up action movie starring Sylvester Stallone as a character named Marion Cobretti? Well, that was the genesis of this 1986 George P. Cosmatos action movie, Cobra. Lieutenant Marion Cobretti is a one-man assault force in the LAPD who dispatches criminals on his own terms. Now Cobretti finds himself pitted against a merciless serial killer called the Night Slasher. The trail leads not to one murderer, but to an army of psychos bent on slashing their way to a new order and killing Ingrid, the inadvertent witness to the latest blood spree. Fortunately, Cobra is her protector, intent on bringing down these brutal maniacs before their disease of crime can spread any further. So yes, when Beverly Hills Cop was in development and they were putting scripts together and all that kind of stuff, putting a cast together, Sylvester Stallone was attached to star in the film. But he was doing rewrites, changing the tone and style of the film, and Paramount Pictures wasn't happy with it, so everyone kind of parted ways amicably, and we ended up with two really damn good movies in my view. Now, you know the screenplay is completely written by Stallone. It's based on a novel by Paula Gosling called Fair Game, which was also the basis for a 1995 William Baldwin action movie of the same name, which I have not yet seen, but I'm intrigued to see it even though it has some fairly poor reviews. But Stallone's screenplay, it's nothing exceptional, it's nothing really great about it. It's very indicative of 1980s action movie tropes. It's just very, very standard fare type of stuff. But when you put it in the hands of a director like George Cosmatos, who Stallone already worked with on Rambo First Blood Part 2 and did some really exceptional stuff in that thing, it becomes a really damn good action movie that Cosmatos brings a wonderful, edgy, sort of almost 1980s neo-noir vibe to the visuals of this film. It's just so very well visualized. It's got a tough, gritty style, but it also has moody, atmospheric visuals. It just has such a gorgeous cinematography to it. And the editing in this film is so sharp, so top-notch. It's just, the action sequences are some of the best put together I've ever seen in terms of editing, in terms of the cinematography. Everything is so expertly executed. And looking over the filmographies of these people behind the camera of this film, this is not like a one-off type of thing, not a flash in the pan sort of thing. They just able to capture this magic in the bottle one time. They've done this throughout their entire career, so you can definitely tell that Cosmatos knew he was putting together some really top-notch talents in the technical field of this film, and it really, really, really shows through exceptionally well. That you got this very standard fare script, but because Cosmatos is able to take the tension and the suspense and this razor-sharp action sequences and build it to a immensely entertaining package like that, you get something that just elevates the material. A filmmaker that can elevate that material to another level that just makes it, in lesser hands, it would be very bland. It would be very kind of like something would be very forgettable, that you wouldn't think about it much more afterwards. Cosmatos, again, because he is such a damn good action movie director, that, again, he did First Blood Part 2, and he did the absolutely amazing Tombstone in the 90s. This guy could do some really excellent stuff, and I think it really shows through here. And the character of Cobra, Marion Cobretti, again, it's not written to be anything too substantive. The writing of the character is not all that interesting. It's really kind of like a style over substance type of character. That you got this guy with an attitude. He's got a certain unique type of look, with the cold 9mm with the Cobra emblem on it, and the 1950s Mercury car. Just kind of the visuals of the character kind of make it more unique than anything that's actually built into the character himself. But Stallone does a really good job in the role, that he grounds it. It's very much understated, because you had a lot of other 80s action hero characters, a lot more over the top, a lot bigger. Usually kind of like with the Schwarzenegger type of roles and everything, that'd be a lot bigger characters. Cobra's a lot more grounded, a little more understated, a little more low-key, and that works very, very well. I like that they went that way with this character, because obviously in a lot of other Stallone stuff, mostly in the 90s, he could get very over-the-top and cheesy and everything. Here it does really low-key job that works very well to the strengths of the film. And Stallone brings his usual heart and charm, adding a little charisma and levity to Cobra, but he still has this hard-edged, badass cop ready to kick ass at a moment's notice. But outside of that, He can be cool and confident, make himself a very engaging and likable character for the audience to grasp onto. And I like the chemistry, obviously, he has with Brigitte Nielsen. At the time, the two of them were romantically involved in real life. And that real life spark really shows through in the film that Brigitte Nielsen, no one will ever say she's a great actor, great actress or anything, but she fits the role that she's given. She looks beautiful in this film, as she should, playing this sort of model and everything. But she does really well in all these terrifying sequences where she's scared to death, running from the night slasher, and doing just everything that she has to do in this film. She does really, really, really well. I like what she did. She does very well with Stallone in the film. And Brian Thompson, who plays the night slasher, another person I wouldn't say is a great actor at all. I've never really seen him do anything all that fantastic. It's usually much more of his physical presence that sells things. And Cosmatos does the right thing with him, that he sells the physical presence, the visual of him, the dark, scary visual. This guy, this kind of serial killer and everything, that he sells the imposing figure of the guy. But even then, Thompson has some good moments of delivering some very hard dialogue and everything, just very kind of deep voice type of scary, imposing, menacing type of stuff. That what the people are given in this film, the actors are given in this film, work towards what they can do, and they do it very, very, very well. I also like Andrew Robinson as this kind of smarmy police captain or lieutenant, whoever he is. Just the guy is always giving Cobra shit throughout the film, and it's really nice. He plays smarmy very well. I'm a big fan of Andrew Robinson. I think he does fantastic work in everything he does. I really liked him on Deep Space Nine as Garrick, and we'll see him all the way back as Scorpio and Dirty Harry. So he's had an amazing career. And this film, because it is 80s, has got a really good soundtrack. I like, because Robert Tepperoy done No Easy Way Out for Rocky IV. Stallone brings him back to do Angel in the City in this film, which I love that track. It has a nice, it goes over this really solid montage sequence, because it's the 80s, you gotta have a montage. It fits very well. It was a very high point in the film for me, because when I watched the film earlier this year, it had been a long time since I'd seen it. It was like, oh, there's a montage in this film? That's awesome! So it had been a long time, and it's a damn good song. I really, really, really like the song. And by no doubt, there's some excellent action sequences in this film, especially when you got Stallone doing a lot of physical action, doing a lot of fights, and a lot of good stunts in this thing. There's an adrenaline-pumping car chase and a lot of rapid-fire stuff going on. But it's all edited and shot so damn well that, like today, you don't get lost in the action. It's all very competently shot, very competently edited. All flows together exceptionally well. And again, Cosmatos' skill as an action movie director is especially exemplified in the amazingly dynamic shootouts and chase sequences that kick off the climax of the film. The rhythm, pacing, and impressive choice of camera angles really demonstrate just how good of an action movie director he was, that he knew just how to put it together in such an exciting package. And when the film just launches into that industrial complex, everything becomes much more tense, much more suspenseful. It becomes much more brutal, becomes much more focused and personal. The climax of this film, when the knife slash and Cobra are facing off, is so damn well done. It just makes everything so damn taut. I love it. I absolutely love it. I was so impressed watching this film just a few months ago. I was like, man, why have I not watched this film more over the years than I have? It is an exceptional piece of action movie directing. Now, I said, screenplay's nothing fantastic. There's nothing like Die Hard, where there's so much great dialogue, so many great characters and everything. It's very much Cosmatos' film. He made this film what it was, what he did with all the direction, all the cinematography, everything that he did on every level made this as good as it was. And he made Cobra this fun, exciting, entertaining, action-packed movie that has a moody, serious tone, but it leaves the door comfortably open for some levity in there, so it's not too damn serious, but never really gets cheesy. So it's in that nice, satisfying middle ground that I think will still satisfy with today's audiences, that the action. It's nice, fast-paced type of stuff. It's really engaging. It's really exciting type of stuff. With a fairly good story that has enough charisma, enough interest, enough levity, enough good stuff going on that keeps you engaged. The tension and suspense with a night slasher stalking Ingrid is really damn good stuff. It really plays very, very well. If you definitely love 80s action, I think you'll definitely find Cobra to be very satisfying and have a lot of fun with it. And I definitely recommend it. I definitely check out Cobra. If you like Stallone at all, you've probably already seen it. If you haven't, definitely check it out. I think you have a lot of good fun with the film, and I do plan on doing another Stallone movie review. One that's a little lesser regarded, something that's a little more under the radar, a little earlier 80s type of thing, that has a bit more of a 70s type of vibe to it. So keep you swirling the thoughts around in your head about what that might be. It should be coming probably in a few days, if not sooner than that, after you see this video. So stick around. Post some comments about what your favorite Stallone film is. Cosmatos. Do you know Cosmatos' films? Do you like Rambo First Blood? Do you love Tombstone? I think Tombstone is a fantastic movie. Absolutely amazing. Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer and Michael Biehn definitely steal that film, but that's for another video for another time. Post some comments, hit some subscribes, hit some like buttons, spread some links around if you like what you see, and hope this video is enjoyable for you, and I'll catch you later. Bye.